Hi, I'm Alton Dills, and joining me today is Caresse Basaraba. Welcome to Chasing Sidelines, a sports show that covers Boise State athletics with both highlights and analysis.
Today, we're diving right into the Boise State football program and taking a look at their game a few weeks ago against the Wyoming Cowboys.
This was a big game for both teams as they were chasing for potential position to lock in their spot in the Mountain West Championship game. As we get started here with the highlights, starting off on Boise State's first possession as Taylon Green throws a deep ball down the field to Eric McAllister, who fights off the defender and drags him all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, great way to set the tempo here for the Broncos. Taylon Green had a nice clean pocket there, was able to make an accurate throw to one of his favorite targets in Eric McAllister.
Yeah, it was a great throw and a great catch there by McAllister, and the protection was very well done there as well. The offensive line picking up all their assignments, and George Halani even chipping in with a great block there on the extra defender to make sure Green had nothing but space to step into that throw.
Definitely.
It was a big start there for the Broncos, but they weren't done as we start here on the next play as they run a two-point conversion attempt as Fulton rolls out and finds Matt Lauder, the tight end, for the two-point conversion, and the Broncos roll up 8-0 on the first drive.
Yeah, really setting that tempo early, and the Broncos well executed this two-point conversion and had the Cowboys pretty confused.
I mean, a pretty wacky formation here, but it was a great movement there. Good route there by Lauder to make sure he was far enough in the end zone and not just short of it, where the defender maybe could have had an opportunity to stop that play. But the Cowboys, they're going to be hoping for a long drive here, but instead he gets hit as he throws, and Peasley undersells the throw, and he ends up turning it over on the interception here as the Cowboys turn it over on the first play of their next drive.
Yeah, we see here Rodney Robinson coming in almost unblocked, putting major pressure on Peasley to cause him to underthrow that ball, and the true freshman came up with the interception.
Yeah, Ty Benefield with a great interception there for the Broncos defense, getting the takeaway. And on the Broncos' next play, Taylon Green on the read option here inside Wyoming territory, takes the quarterback keeper, gets a nice chunk of yards initially, but then he fumbles the ball inside the 20, and the Cowboys are able to pick it up and return it out all the way near midfield.
Unfortunately, something the Broncos have struggled with all season are turnovers in their own red zone and in the first half.
Yeah, the turnovers really have been killer, but the Boise State defense holds strong, forces a punt there of the Cowboys, but then disaster strikes again as Stephon Cobbs muffs the punt there, and the Cowboys are able to fall on it for another great advantageous field position.
Definitely. I think Cobbs just got a little eager there. He's already looking upfield, running upfield before he really possessed that ball.
Yeah, first thing you got to do as a returner, make sure you catch the ball before you think about running. And the Cowboys are going to take full advantage here on the next play. Peasley drops back and throws a dime here to his tight end in the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, Peasley under some pressure there too, but was able to find his tight end there in the open space there in the back of the end zone, like you said.
Yeah, really unfortunate there's the Cowboys get the touchdown there.
As we ensue here into the second half, we see Maddox Madsen throw an absolute dime to who else other than Eric McAllister. This was a big 36-yard game for the Broncos and really kept their drive alive, which essentially led to a touchdown, as we will see here.
Yeah, and McAllister with a great route, huge double move there on the DB. Even with the PI that the DB was giving him, he was able to complete the pass, and a great ball here from Maddox Madsen. Had all kinds of time, and he manages to put a nice back shoulder throw in there for McAllister, and he picks up a huge, big play.
Yeah, that DB was never playing the ball. He never even turned around. Here we have Taylon Green using that read option with George Halani, just outruns the defenders. That defensive end really bit in on that read option, and time again, Taylon shows his versatility with his legs.
Yeah, he's really unstoppable at getting around and taking those really wide but sharp angles at the same time on those runs there. And the quarterback keeper is so deadly for the Broncos, as we see they bring in Billy Bowens in motion, then they fake the handoff there to George Halani, and Green able to get to the outside edge and turn the corner, and that's just an easy 6 points for the Broncos.
Yeah, easy 6 points for the Broncos, and then here we have Maddox Madsen getting the Broncos in good field position once again, finding that soft spot in that zone coverage to once again Eric McAllister. This was a huge game for him. He's one of the Broncos' leading targets for the season, and that's by a wide margin.
Yeah, it really is, and he does a great job just making a nice move into the middle of the field in between those DBs, and well done by Maddox Madsen to be able to find the hole in the zone coverage.
And here on this next play, we see Maddox Madsen throwing the ball into a very tight window there in the back of the end zone, and we really see the strong hands of Prince Strawn with his first collegiate touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, great route there by Prince Strawn, and huge catch there for the much hyped wide receiver. I mean, there's big expectations for him, and what a way to announce yourself with your first collegiate touchdown. And a great throw by Madsen as well, as he rolls to the right here just a little bit to avoid the pressure and puts it only where his guy could get it.
Yeah, and once again, we see George Holani pick up a really good block there in the pocket on the right side of the offensive line, and it just gives Madsen that few extra seconds to throw the ball and make that accurate pass.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Holani that makes him so valuable to the offense. Not only is he so good running the ball, even catching the ball, but it's also his ability to provide pass protection and pick up those extra defenders.
And here we have Jonah Dalmas, the hometown hero, once again proving his consistency, capping off the Broncos' win 32-7 against the Wyoming Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a huge field goal there for Dalmas. It was almost near midfield, so it was a pretty long one, but one of the best kickers in the country, so never really in doubt if he's going to be able to nail that one. And it does cap off a really solid performance from the Broncos against one of the conference's best teams.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Mountain West pans out as we look at UNLV, Fresno State, as well as Air Force. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in the conference this year, and Wyoming was one of them. I mean, they went to Texas and played them down to the wire. They beat Texas Tech and Laramie. They also beat Fresno State, who's one of the top teams in the conference as well. And so this was a good Wyoming team, but the Broncos answered the bell, and the defense putting in an incredible effort today to only hold the Cowboys to 7.
Yeah, holding the Cowboys to 7 was huge, and especially coming off the Colorado State loss, this felt like a much-needed win for Boise State. So, yeah.
Yeah, it really, I think, just reestablished that, hey, we're still here. Our goal is to get to the Mountain West title game. It still runs through Boise, and today, in this game, it really showed that was the case.
Definitely. Thank you for joining us on Chasing Sidelines, and we hope to see you next time where we will dive into other programs here on BSU's campus.